Hello and welcome to the official commencement ceremonies for the 2018 graduating class of Liberty High School. My name is Zoe Tucker, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies for the evening. Firstly, I would like to congratulate every single one of you here today. Our hard work ever since our first day of school 13 years ago has finally paid off. Standing here in our caps and gowns is not only a symbol of our academic achievement, but of our readiness for whatever lies ahead. But before we spread far and wide for our many journeys to come, we celebrate once more as Liberty High School's class of 2018. Before we begin, I ask you all to please rise, remove your hats, and direct your attention to the field as we welcome Navy Junior Officers Training Corps Color Guard for the presentation of the colors. We ask you to remain standing until the retiring of the colors following the playing of our national anthem by the Liberty High School Wind Ensemble, directed by Mr. Jared Tanner. Thank you, Liberty Color Guard and Wind Ensemble. Now, our first speaker is quite easy to spot in a crowd. He uses his height to tower over the student body and ensure the school is running as it should be, and he is nothing but qualified to do so. With over 17 years of experience in the field of education, he has taught for 10 years, served as Liberty's vice principal for 5, and is now concluding his second year as our principal. We thank him for his outstanding service to our school. Please help me welcome our principal, Mr. Sean Martin.
Thank you. Welcome and good evening. For the commencement exercises recognizing the graduating class of 2018, it is with great honor and pride in our school and our graduates that I welcome you to this very special occasion. At this time, please allow me to acknowledge and introduce a number of important members of the Liberty community who are in attendance. Superintendent of Schools Ron Thiele, School Board members Marnie Moraldo, Lisa Callan, Dr. Holland Gallinger, Ann Moore, and Suzanne Weaver, and Executive Director of Secondary Education, Paula Phelps. Also, the Liberty High School Assistant Principals, Ms. Carrie Reckling and Mr. Lauren Krogstad, and the faculty speaker, Mr. Steve Darnell. So now, for the class of 2018, the reason that we're here, congratulations. You made it. In this remarkable graduating class, we have students who have accomplished great feats in all areas. We have athletic champions, National Merit Scholar finalists, students who have attained great heights in academics in areas such as robotics, music, ROTC, computer science, theater, history, and visual arts. Each of you has found areas to explore, ways to push yourselves, and the drive to achieve more than you had initially thought possible. Perhaps these areas were areas you've grown up and found yourself focusing on, and they've always been of interest to you, or perhaps you found these through classes or clubs that you found at school. Graduates, you've accomplished everything that Liberty High School and the Issaquah School District has asked of you. You've met every challenge thrown at you, and here you are, graduating and moving on to your next chapter. Through your time at Liberty, you have completed assignments, taken exams, written papers, and conducted labs. You know exactly what needs to be done in any of our subject areas and what to expect from any area of the school. From the relaxing music of Miss Cooper's art room to the intensity of the science wing, to the enthusiasm of the social studies department, which Mr. Donnell will introduce you to here in a few moments. And for 8 periods a day for 4 years, you've worked hard to gain a strong foundation in all these areas of academics. And now that you have this down, you might be a little bit surprised to learn that these academic skills are not actually the most important things that you've gained as students at Liberty High School. We've taught you the skills, the content, and the information, sure. We've guided you through requirements and assessed your work, but really, what we've been going for in educating you and what it really will take for you to reach your incredible potential is what you do with all these smaller pieces. As you move ahead to college, careers, and all that's coming up next for you, just know that these pieces aren't quite enough on their own. Life's unpredictable, situations are fluid, and this requires you to constantly adapt and adjust. You'll need to be able to take all that you've become so good at over these last several years of your academic career, use this body of knowledge and experience as a springboard into thinking, innovating, and leading. These intangibles are what your education has truly been about, and these are what will carry you to success as you move ahead. We, the staff at Liberty High School, have had the pleasure of watching you demonstrate these countless times over the last few years. They show themselves in how you've overcome adversity, how you've supported and cared for each other, in the ways that you've developed and executed great ideas that go beyond a project or a class, but have impact throughout the school and all through the larger community. The thoughtfulness with which you seek to understand why, and the perseverance you show when things initially are a struggle or don't go as expected. Here's where you've really shown your true growth. Your last 4 years have been so much more than just a series of assignments and assessments. This has been a training ground for problem solving, building community, gaining empathy and understanding, and for understanding yourselves and what you truly want and value. That's the point. This has been the purpose of your last 4 years of hard work. Developing these intangibles are really what your education is about and what will truly benefit you in the future. Becoming caring, innovative, and resilient leaders is the goal, and this is the hope that we all have for each of you. And seeing this in action from the people sitting in front of me today, time and again since they've arrived at Liberty High School, is why I'm so proud of these graduates of the class of 2018. So to the parents, the families, and the friends of the graduating class of 2018, thank you. Thank you for sharing these wonderful young people with us, the faculty and staff at Liberty, for the last 4 years. It's been a joy to see them grow, to learn, and become the remarkable adults that you see before you today. Liberty High School graduating class in 2018, I'm very proud of you. I'll miss you, and I can't wait to hear all the wonderful things and all the wonderful adventures that are to come as you head into your next stage in life. Congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Now please direct your attention to the field as the Liberty Singers perform the song Irish Blessing, directed by Miss Robin Wood. Thank you, Liberty Singers. Truman Ricks is well known around school, whether it be from seeing him perform in the Lamback Auditorium to simply hearing his contagious laugh in the halls. He brightens any classroom he is in, and he is the first to jump into any new task you assign him. His kindness towards others is inspiring, and his helping hand attitude has made him the clear choice by our students to be the Class of 2018 graduation speaker. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Truman Ricks.
It's really hard not to just look at myself right now on the Jumbotron. Good evening, everyone. Yesterday, I received a rather cryptic letter. The chromed envelope, embossed with the seal of the Colorado Islands, was postmarked June 17th, 2098. It was addressed to me from me. If it's all right, I want to share it with you guys. Dear Truman, I hope this letter finds you in good health. Nah, I'm just kidding. I know you're fine. There's a lot I regret saying into that microphone during my graduation. For example, admitting all my middle school crushes, huge mistake. Skip the crushes and avoid a mess of awkward high school reunions. Other than that, you'll do great. Anyways, I'll bet you have a lot of big questions. Like, what about global warming, nuclear war, pollution? Should I pursue acting? First, let me assure you, everything is going to be okay. That said, okay isn't what you expect or can even imagine. The next 8 decades will be wild. Seriously. Okay, so yeah, the global warming scientists were right. In about 30 years, by around 2051, most of the ice caps melt. We lose London, Venice, big surprise there, New York, Boston, everything south of North Carolina, and about a third of China. It's not all bad, though. You know, Kansas now sports some of the best beachside resorts in the entire world. And school children, they only have to memorize 15 states. The rest are all now underwater. Disneyland is actually now an underwater attraction. The 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride is definitely the best. I recommend it. And fish is a lot cheaper than beef. McDonald's is now fine dining, and Red Lobster sells Happy Meals. Go figure. Oh, nuclear war. As sea levels rose, the silos flooded, and with the water came the manatees. Now, turns out manatees love uranium. They made short work of everyone's missiles, and in the process, they developed a healthy radioactive glow. Every summer, we go down to the beaches in southern Colorado and watch the herds migrate to Utah's sheltered bays. It's an awesome sight, especially at sunset, as the radioactive glow paints the low-hanging clouds in emerald green. Man, it's beautiful. And like I said, everything is going to be okay. Heck, in some ways, it's better. Like pollution. Well, actually, that's a little complicated. Let me first say that plastic waste is no longer a problem. In '63, the EPA granted my patent for plastic-eating krill. You know those little shrimp-like buggers that whales eat? We relocated to the Great Pacific Garbage Patch off the coast of Nevada to farm the krill. The result, by 2075, 80% of the plastic was gone, and krill-eating blue whales were plentiful. In 2079, I got a Nobel Prize. In 2080, they took it right back. Turns out the krill developed a real taste for plastic, and through a fluke mutation, they made landfall in Kentucky and ate every single plastic flamingo from people's yards. Needless to say, the citizens of the greener state of Kentucky were not fans of my creation. Now, as for acting, forget it. In '56, Hollywood execs got so tired of spending time and money on finding the next Leonardo DiCaprio, they just cloned him 15 times instead. Now every movie is Oscar-worthy. The other night, I actually went and saw a remake of that pre-flood classic, The Wizard of Oz, and DiCaprio, he did a really good job. As the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, the Witch, Dorothy, Toto, you get the point. Look, I know you're overwhelmed right now. It's a lot to think about. But listen, don't fear the future. today was, at one time, yesterday's future. And like I said before, everything is going to be okay. Things won't always turn out the way we expect, but they will turn out. And sometimes that's for the best. And trials, they aren't a curse, rather a blessing. They shape us, mold us, and help us rise above ourselves. That was pretty heavy. So, good luck, buddy. I know, and seriously, remember, I know I'm from the future. You'll be fine. So, dream big, and never fear what lies ahead. Sincerely, Truman Ricks.
Thank you, Truman. This person certainly makes it look as though anything is possible. She competes in track, cross-country, and orienteering, while also skiing, playing music, and of course, remaining in impeccable academic standing. Her can-do attitude is truly motivating, but above all, her sincere kindness has allowed her to leave a lasting impact with her fellow students and teachers. Because of this, the staff chose her as our 2018 academic speaker in recognition of not only her academic accomplishments, but also her impact on our school. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Siri Christofferson.
Thank you, Zoe. Hi, guys. My name is Siri Christofferson, and if you don't know me, you probably know my car. It's the red Subaru with the nice duct tape job on the front fender. The engine makes a screeching sound when I start it. Yeah, that's me driving that. Anyway, before we get to the more serious stuff, I'd like to congratulate my fellow members of the class of 2018 on a successful last 4 years. We absorbed an impressive amount of knowledge. Hopefully it's still there. We built lasting relationships, we made our impact on Liberty's clubs and sports, and we became leaders and role models for our underclassmen. We did overcome some challenges, like being the first class to take AP Human Geo, and being the last to experience the hierarchy of the stands at football games. But we also had some good times, like Spirit Days, seeing each other perform as actors, musicians, and athletes, following football to the Dome, girls swim 4-peat, and keeping Fight Club classy. Basically, we grew up, survived high school, and morphed into the fantastic, intelligent, adventurous, genuine, and good-looking people we are today. Well done, guys. However, even though we've covered a lot of ground so far, we still have a ways ahead of us. I think it's safe to say that many of us are wondering, what's next? Now what do I do? Well, to tell you the truth, you don't need to have a plan. It's okay to follow a winding path through life and see where you end up. We seem to have this preconceived notion that we're locked into this idealized pursuit of success, that success being a steady job, a nice house, the American dream. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you have to follow a fixed path from now on into the adult world. Many of you are probably familiar with the feeling that you're expected to know what you're going to do when you grow up. But what if you really don't know? I think we need to start by redefining success. A successful life is one that is fulfilling and meaningful for you, whether it's becoming a teacher and spreading your passion for knowledge to kids, moving from place to place and helping others across the world, or starting up your own business. If it matters to you and makes you happy, it's a successful path for you. To give you an example, in a few months, Liberty staff member, Miss Dahlia, will be joining the Peace Corps in Macedonia. She's proving that you can explore your options and that you don't need to be locked in to one thing. If you have a strong sense of purpose in whatever you do, it doesn't matter what other people think. So don't look at life as a choice between success and pursuing your passions. Really, the two should equate. For some, this could mean pursuing the big dreams they've had since they were a little kid. For others, it might mean spending a few years discovering what your passions are. Take Alex Cron. He's moving to Australia just to experience something new, and that's really cool. Yep, yeah. And even if you don't know what your passions are, that's okay too. I was actually just reading through some of my journal entries from a couple months ago, and I wrote just that. I want to explore my passions, but the problem is, I don't know what they are. It's okay not to know. It's normal at our age not to be able to predict your entire future, so why not start writing it for yourself? Make it interesting. Take risks. Work hard. It's exciting not knowing where you'll wind up. And with that, it's important to remember that in the end, it's the experiences and the discoveries that you're going to remember. We're adults now. We have this opportunity to break out of the bubble we've been living in and explore. We're smart, responsible, and resilient. We're ready to take on the world, and yet we aren't locked into any commitments. So there really is no better time than right now to pursue what you're passionate about and follow your dreams. Thank you.
Thank you, Siri. At this time, I would like to direct your attention to the field as the band A Great Big World, comprised of seniors Miles Hayward, Quinn Ishimitsu, Charles Jarman, Marco Sabrino, and junior Luciana Sabrino, perform the song Where Does the Time Go?, which is dedicated to the senior class and all of the memories we have made here at Liberty.
Hi, I'm Miles, and I'm here with Marco, Quinn, and Chaz. We've been singing together since the 6th grade, and first of all, we're just really honored to be sharing our last performance with you guys. We're going to be singing Where Does the Time Go by A Great Big World. Thank you.
Where does the time go? I don't want this to end. Where does the time go? Let's hang on to the moment we're in. Of all the things we will remember, the good, the bad, and all the blessings in disguise. Today will stick with me forever, even if we have to say goodbye. Where does the time go? I keep losing track. Where does the time go? We're too young to get lost looking back. Life doesn't always give us answers. Some dots they won't connect until the years go by. If we're not meant to be together, someday we'll know the reasons why. disguise. Today will stick with me forever, even if we have to say goodbye. Where does the time go? I don't want this to end. Where does the time go? Let's hang on to the moment we're in.
Thank you, great big world. Now, I have had the pleasure of knowing Mr. Steve Darnell for the past 4 years. That is 4 years of his random life advice, 4 years of his crazy stories from the past, and of course, 4 years of Bizno. He is well known among students for starting heated discussions about social conflicts of the 1900s, or, more importantly, hosting debates over which president is the best of all time. He is also known to constantly reconstruct the seating arrangement in his classroom to optimize the learning potential of his students. His passion for history and dedication to learning is something our class will always remember him for. Please give a warm round of applause for the man we wisely chose as our graduation speaker, Mr. Steve Darnell.
Class of 2018, let's get this knowledge party rocking. Thanks for asking me to speak here tonight. It's a real honor to celebrate with you. And this is a celebration. It's our final knowledge party together. You know, every one of you earned the privilege of sitting where you are tonight. You remember, you made it through the Flash Health Unit. Somehow you found yourself finishing the required PE 5K. Oh yeah, and you figured out a way to pass the stoichiometry unit exam in chemistry. Don't forget, you completed countless CROs in world and US history. And you figured out a way to graph those trig equations in Algebra 2. I bet there's many of you out there that pulled an all-nighter writing your Huck Finn essay. And there's just a few of you who had the distinct pleasure of reading all 1,507 pages of Tyndall and Shy in AP US history. Don't forget how you dazzled both community members and faculty when you got all dressed up in your adult duds for your senior exit interviews, and how you adaptly figured out a way to opt out of the ever-changing state-required tests. Through all of your preparation and achievement these past 4 years, you slowly developed your voice. So tonight you should celebrate with each other, your friends and loved ones, because it's been a 13-year uphill climb. And tonight, you are standing on the mountaintop. You know, I can remember 34 years ago, yes, there was dirt back then, that I sat where you're sitting tonight, wondering where my life would take me and what it would be like. And I realized as I was preparing for this, that beyond the basic skills and knowledge I acquired in high school, there were 2 lifelong lessons that I learned that continue to shape who I am. My US history teacher, Bob Lamont, always told me, Darnell, get the full effect. And I interpreted this to mean that when I do something, I should immerse myself in it and squeeze out every drop of knowledge, entertainment, and happiness that I can get from it. So today, when I'm experiencing something new, I can still hear Mr. Lamont's voice echoing in my mind, reminding me to get the full effect. The other lingering lesson I learned from my baseball coach, Dave Gelati, we called him the Gig, and he always told me, have a plan at the plate and be prepared to adjust and improvise. So I interpreted that to mean that I got to put the time in to be prepared, but I also have to have the strength to know when to deviate from my plan. So today when I make plans, as you know, when I make plans to teach for sure, I always remain on the lookout for opportunities to be spontaneous and to improvise. You know, like it or not, you too will hear your teachers and your coaches' voices echoing in your minds as you make decisions in the adult world. I think these are the real high school lessons that continue to teach us throughout our lives. There are 2 life lessons that I've tried to teach you in my classroom, and I hope that they will continue to serve you well. First, hunt the bizno every day. Bizno means getting down to business so you can gain the knowledge. And gaining and giving knowledge has never been so easy with the internet and social media. But throughout your lives, you're going to be exposed to misinformation and many individuals who will distract you and try to prevent you from achieving your goals. So surround yourself with good people, people who will give you the business to help you gain the knowledge necessary for you to be successful. Remember to hunt the bizno every day. Second, sound your yop for all to hear. The great American poet Walt Whitman once wrote, I too am not a bit tamed. I too am untranslatable. I sound my barbaric yop across the roofs of the world. A yop is a raucous, shrill, or animalistic cry, but in my classroom, it's been a metaphor for your voice. I hope that I encourage you to be critical thinkers and to question what you believe to be true. So be self-reliant and never stop questioning how things are, for it's not the answer that enlightens, but the question. Over the past 4 years, all of your teachers have given you opportunities to become comfortable hearing your ideas and opinions reverberating across the classroom. And gradually at first, like your freshman victory cry whimper, your confidence grew and your yop took shape into a mighty senior roar. So listen to the inner voice you have strengthened here at Liberty and define for yourself what happiness means to you. Pursue your passion with every fiber in your body. Be untranslatable. Be untamed by conformity and social expectations, and sound your yop for all to hear and share and appreciate. As many of you know, teaching is my yop, and it has been my distinct privilege of roaring it and sharing it with you. And now, at our final knowledge party together, I would like to share with you my yop one last time. Class of 2018, the past 4 years has been about developing your yop. So now, for the first time as graduates, I would like to invite you to sound your yop loudly and proudly for all to hear. At this time, I'd like you to stand up. I'm going to count to 3, and on 3, you're going to yop. So get in touch with that inner voice right now. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Mr. Ernell. At this time, it is my pleasure to present, by the power invested in me, as the principal of Liberty High School, I hereby certify the members of the class of 2018 that they have met all the graduation requirements as set forth by the Issaquah School Board of Directors and the State of Washington. Please welcome Issaquah School Board member Lisa Callan.
Thank you, Principal Martin. So I guess I just had my own little knowledge party. So everywhere where I just list in my words coming forward the word noise, apparently it's yacht. So let's take that to heart. It's an honor to be here celebrating this graduating class. The class of 2018, yes, indeed, you did it. Yes, congratulations. This is a time in your life when you're receiving endless advice. Advice about what you should do, where you should go, who you should be, and what should come next. Well, I can't tell you what comes next for each of you as you go off in your different paths, each choosing your own. What I can tell you is I'm hopeful, and today I want you to be hopeful too. I hope that you carry with you all the same traits that make you you. The same smarts, the same courage, the same grit, the same creativity, and most importantly, the same compassion and kindness. Everything it took to get you here today. I hope that you continue to build your community of people and connections where you can be yourself, challenge yourself, where you can thrive. And I hope that you'll make lots and lots of noise. A good kind of noise, like you just did. In a world right now, watching the daily news, it can really be overwhelming. There's a lot of noise out there about a whole list of issues, problems, and talk about what's wrong with the world. But you can make the kind of noise that lifts people up, brings solutions, elevates ideas, and supports rather than fractures. Together, you can make the kind of noise that brings about changes, the changes that you want to see in the world. Together, you can make the kind of noise that is so loud, so powerful, that it simply cannot be ignored. As you leave here tonight and get ready for your next step, whatever that may be, I hope, and I know that you can because of what you just did, that you'll turn up the volume on your noise. So on behalf of the Board of Directors, I accept Principal Martin's verification that these Liberty High School students have met the requirements set forth by the Issaquah School Board and the State of Washington. They are officially accepted as the Liberty graduating class of 2018.
Thank you, Miss Callan. Parents, this is the moment you have all been waiting for. Now it's time to get out your cameras and recording devices as our seniors walk across stage to receive their diplomas.
Okay.
Do it. Let's do it. Jackson Ray.
Mona Teasley.
Sydney Willoughby.
Keegan Bailey.
Jillian Hafner.
Allie David.
McKenna Plowman.
Caitlin Baggenstoss.
Aaron Omeyer.
Samantha Nolan.
Jonah Mack.
Emily Minty.
McKay Fisher.
Eric Simmons.
Alan Tran.
Josh Cooksey.
Evan Mitchell.
Adam Flash.
Noah Wright.
Valerie Adams.
Holden Koiker.
Siri Christofferson.
Ben Kirchhoffer.
Zoe Tucker.
Bethany Locke.
Janae Skinner.
Felicia Yan.
Gabriel Blanchette.
Cody Murphy.
Sarah Christensen.
Chase Core.
Michaela Harris.
Lena Diaz.
Aaron Lucas.
Hannah Wagenblast.
Madison Golston.
Presley Sweeney.
Julian Bruce.
Stephen Hay.
Nicholas
Got it.
Caccioni.
Jacob Hepp.
Marco Sobrino.
Got it. Chris Hansen.
Ishi Mitsu.
Allie Smith.
Truman Ricks.
Marissa Mills.
Isaac Rodriguez Alonso.
Lauren Wasisco.
Ryan Doe.
Catherine Law.
Mara Bowdle.
Hannah Wagner.
Trevor Curl.
Kelsey Gardner.
Victor Dang.
Jared Worley.
Caitlin Wilson.
Cabetta. Got it. Adele Cabetta.
Alexandria Backman.
I don't even look at you guys. Zoe Harold.
Kyle Ducalo.
Madison Lamb.
Nathan Yan.
Max Zamansky.
Charles Jarman.
McKenna Carr.
Miles Hayward.
Cassidy Rimmer.
Zachary Duncan.
Mindy Vu.
Morgan Lewis.
That's it? The whole thing? Okay. Tunti Young.
Kaya Bick.
Melissa Yap.
Christina Tuttle.
Megan Howard.
Joseph Ellis.
Hannah Diaz.
Andy Pham.
Sarah Hazelden.
Eugenio Sanchez.
Caden McCallum.
Hunter Hicks.
Justin Finkbeiner.
Anthony Nim.
Brandy Kalmbach.
James Young.
Rachel King.
Conroy Leung.
Bailey Schultz.
Jesse Tappan.
Aria Suprono.
Christine Ju.
Nelson Otero.
Emily Magley.
Eric Fong.
Nicholas Romero.
Jedrick Garcia.
Luke Ransom.
Malia Stewart.
William Kelsey.
Nicholas Crappie.
William Wick.
Arthur Adair.
Benjamin Matchy.
Andrew Chu.
Simon Dodd.
Adriel Cabrera.
Margaret Baum.
No, help me. Oh boy. ZJ Uziel Marazigan.
John Farmer.
Martin Ruga.
Xavier Lopez.
Is it Kyle Tran.
Nicole DeFazio.
Okay. Cameron Bacchus.
Vanessa Kwong.
Thomas Jordan.
Kaylin Gill.
Cooper Roper.
Michelle Wu.
Travis Wade.
Jesse Wolstad.
Milo Larson.
Natasha Pappas.
Riley Brendan.
Mylin Tran.
Reed Parsons.
Gabriel Woldbaum.
Eric Fan.
Taylin Martin.
Kendall Kozlerich.
Grace Liuta.
Mackenzie Googe.
Iman King.
Travis Lee.
Nick Chung.
Hannah Norton.
Abby Russell.
Kaylee Kennedy.
Grace Lee.
Megan Miller.
Peyton Dabasinskis.
Shelby Reese.
Nathan Moore.
Abby Vong.
Sydney Argosino.
Tristan Naval.
Jasmine Baker.
Jessica Olgwin.
Annie Oman.
Ritvik Vudathu.
Mason Vold.
Susanna Beeman.
Ben Parker.
Hunter Kiphart.
Tyson Grandberg.
Sophia Lindstrom.
Chase McIntosh.
Gianna Ortega.
Adam Morrison.
Morgan Mills.
Rory Brown.
Rex Moy.
Michaela Jager.
Sarah Hamilton.
Elena Roseski.
Ellie Jenkins.
Catherine Hatfield.
Katrina Filer.
Cameron Wong.
Madison Prather.
Amelia Altunian.
Casey Ton.
Victoria Rodriguez.
Tammy Nguyen.
Ayana Owens.
Andrea Nelson.
Tiffany Vo.
Sage Clyden.
Amira Stevens.
Ashley Schockle.
Maxon Thornhill.
Kaylin Chum.
Aiden Gage.
Zoe Nepsa.
Solomon Knapp.
Willow Strohmeyer.
Sam Coulon.
Got it. Ashmitha Shashadri.
Jack Bissett.
Emily Wong.
Jordan Ashroff.
Lily Stair.
Riley Larson.
Ren Huang.
Andrew Browser.
Zelda Crick.
Anna Whittles.
Cassidy Good.
Paige Chartier.
Cooper Murch.
Nathan Labrie.
Joseph Hughes.
Cole Sherman.
Riley Morris.
Zach Settle.
Tristan Marney.
Pedro Infanti.
Katie Baines.
Shane Elledge.
Jarrett Bouvier.
Khalil Manning.
Liam Stratford.
Alex Olegi.
Eddie Rossman.
Sean Luthra.
You get it right?
Alex Cron.
Josh Pencanya.
Joey Allen.
Juan Ramirez.
Joseph Bergen.
Timothy Ice.
Congratulations.
Patrick Quam.
Lexton Bunting.
Congratulations.
Drew Hardcastle.
Carl Buter.
Michael Splaver.
Hartshorn.
Molly Hartshorn.
Chase Gannon.
What's that? Sirach, Rana, Sin.
Sirach Rana Sin.
Is that close?
Lars Light.
Sarah Abraham.
Tyrone Wong.
Chloe Briggs.
Ethan Harris.
Nicole Anderson.
Noah Kirilenko.
Rihanna Belair.
Jane Nguyen.
Micah Martinez.
Moises Castillo Gil.
Alma Romero.
Moises Castillo Gil.
Holly Rice.
Dylan Brooker.
Mirica Franco.
Devin Belsner.
Sabrina Sithisak.
Uriel Carrasco.
Kaylin McClellan.
Seth Anderson.
Sebastian Santos.
Gino Parati.
Congratulations.
Angelina Galach.
Allison Lang.
Tammy Chung.
Isabel Pettit.
Emma Cunningham.
Ajane Harden.
Sienna Hickler.
Julia Smith.
Connor Hammond.
Madison Bulow.
Aaron Adams.
Taylor Thatcher.
Austin Schulberg.
Taylor Summers.
Malik Bell.
Madison Wang.
Trevor Gallagher.
Lauren Frizzell.
Wyatt McGee.
Hannah Niblock.
Deontay Skinner.
Rachel Noble.
Andrew Houghton.
Hannah Julius.
Randy Hagg.
Marina Prado.
Braden Buckley.
Emily Roth.
Jennifer Ryan.
Madison West.
Michael
Stephanie Sheekus.
Hasenheim.
Michael Hasenheier.
Alexis
Riley Hendrickson.
Alexis Garland.
Aravik Cindy Aprikin.
Aravik Cindy Aprikin. Emily Fullington. Alex Shefflow. Allison Shefflow. Montana Williams. Katrina Moon. Matthew Fry.
Daddy!
All graduates, please rise. Let's make this official. Class of 2018, please move your tassels.
Congratulations to all of our graduates, and please begin stepping off to the side and have yourselves a wonderful evening. Congratulations.